Hey guys, Professor Bulba here, and today I'm going to talk to you about Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS and the Wii U. I have one concern about this game, and that is the return of Mewtwo. My concern with Mewtwo is not his playability, because in Melee he had superior dodging skills. What I'm concerned about is his voice. And I know this sounds like a really stupid thing to be worried about, but think about it. In Mewtwo Returns, his voice was deep. It was like an evil, sinister Pokémon.
I'm Mewtwo.
And then in the new movie, it's kind of, well...
Show me.
I want to challenge the boundaries of my power.
Fool.
My main concern is that Mewtwo's voice will be female. And I know this sounds like a really stupid thing to be worried about, but I grew up watching all the Pokémon movies. Like, I watched the original Pokémon movie in the theaters. That's how old I am. Whoa. But that's what gets me, is that Mewtwo's voice there was really deep, dark, and sinister. And then in the new movie with Mewtwo, it's like female. And not that there's anything wrong with females, like I'm not a misogynist, but it doesn't have the same effect when like your entire life you thought Mewtwo was this like grand, dark Pokemon and suddenly it's an effeminate being. It's just mind explosion, but not in the good way. So I don't know what you guys think, but personally I sincerely hope that they keep Mewtwo as the male version, the sinister version, and keep it the way it's supposed to be going. I shouldn't say supposed to. Mewtwo's origin is a bit confusing. You have 3 different canons to go by. You have the manga, the anime, and the video game. They all kind of have the same idea, which is that Mewtwo was created from the DNA of Mew, and thus you have Mewtwo. Don't ask me why Mewtwo appears before Mew in the Pokédex, it just does. I can't find anything for it. The weird thing is that in the game, in Pokemon Red, Blue, and Green, it says that in the mentioned journals of Cinnabar Island that Mew gave birth. So what does that mean? Does it mean birth as in like a human birth, like a delivery, like a mammal? Or does it mean like an egg? But then if you read the Pokédex entry of Mewtwo, it says that it was the product of DNA splicing. So I guess technically you could do that, like a test tube baby, and you could take the eggs or the DNA of Mew and then make it into Mewtwo and then implant it inside of it and then Mew would give birth to it, but I don't know. The Pokemon world isn't really elaborate much on the birth of legendary Pokemon. It's really vague, and often I feel like the Pokédex entry are actually just folklore, meaning that they would be rumors or just ideas from the past. The manga shows that Mewtwo was created from the DNA of Mew, and it was a slow process. You can see here that Mewtwo was slowly made over I don't know how many days, months, or years, but it was a slow process. It looks like it's being not regenerated, but generated into this test tube. The anime does follow the movie, they're the same canon, and the idea behind that is that Mewtwo was created as a scientific experiment for the purpose of power. The Mewtwo that we see in the movie was the very first Mewtwo. And I know this because the scientist says that this is the first specimen to survive.
The first specimen to survive.
And it was. So that means that there was failed attempts, and you can go into like the Ditto and Mew clone theory, but we're not going to touch on that. The idea here is to show that because Mewtwo was made by scientists, then obviously other Mewtwo's could be made in the same fact. So having a female Mewtwo or a more feminine version of Mewtwo isn't entirely impossible. Based solely on nostalgia alone, I sincerely hope they keep Mewtwo male in this game and not change it to the female counterpart, because that would ruin it for me. I sincerely wouldn't enjoy it. What do you guys think they're gonna do? Do you think they're gonna keep it? They're gonna change it? And then what about its final smash? Will it go Mega Y or Mega X? Or maybe something different altogether? You never know. This has been Professor Bulba, signing out.